Hello Aries, welcome to this week's tarot reading. This is your energy reading for this week. We'll see what's going on in your world, in your little corner of the world. What's happening with you? What energies have you got to move forwards with? What energies have you got to work with? So yeah, should we get started? I've got this lovely herbiary oracle cards these lovely herbiary oracle cards by Mayatol. Beautiful deck. I'm going to use these to get you 2 cards, and we'll have a little bit of a look at them later. Give them a little bit of a shuffle and we'll find you 2. 1, 2. I'll put them there and we'll have a look at those at the end. Right, put those over there. Now we'll look at the general overview for you this week. What's happening in your world, Aries? What's the energy around you? What you got to work with? Okay, so a bit of a shuffle. Oh, 1's out already. Oh, got 10 out already. We don't need all of those. That was purely an accident because I am a shocking shuffler. Don't know whether you've noticed if you've been here before. Right, so we'll start off with the Chariot. The Queen of Cups. The 6 of Wands. The 4 of Wands. And the Star. Okay. I feel like this week is going to be a week of communication for you on some level. I think there's going to be quite a lot of you maybe opening up to accepting your path, your destiny, where you are heading. We've got the Chariot there, and that's a card of forward momentum. It's the card of connecting with your higher self. It's a card of connecting with your intuition and using it to help you to move forward towards that path, not getting distracted by anything else, by other shiny things along the way, just by being focused and keeping that connection to help you to move forwards. We've got the Ace of Cups here as our next card, and she is a very in touch with her emotions. So I feel like you're feeling in more of a steady place moving forwards. And I feel like you're feeling more open-hearted and also more open, like I say, to communication. I feel like there's been a bit of a turning point with you, Aries, where you are prepared to open up, not just opening your heart, but opening up in general. And I think by doing so, you're actually being surprised, because I think there are people that maybe didn't know the bigger picture or didn't know the full picture and are actually really happy for you and pleased with the, whatever it is that you're communicating to them. And I think this is building strong relationships, strong foundations for the future for you. And we've got the Star card here at the end. The Star is all about your hopes, your dreams, having faith that things are going to turn out the way that they're meant to, and things actually turning out. And again, it's about stability, about balance, about emotional stability, and emotional balance. So I think things are starting to feel like they're getting on more of an even keel, and I think things are starting to come out into the open a little bit more. And I think, not that I don't think that you've been being secret, but I think that maybe you're opening yourself up to people maybe knowing a little bit more about you, to maybe things that maybe you've held back, that you've just not been ready to share. But I definitely feel there's some sort of open-heartedness, openness, with communication, with emotions, just a bit of wearing your heart on your sleeve, I think, this week. So let's have a little bit of a look at what's been going on in your past, because as we know, the past often dictates what's going on in the future, or influences. I shouldn't use the word dictate, but influences. Okay. It's quite too much of a harsh word, isn't it? Right, let's see what's been going on in the past. 3 of Swords, Ace of Wands, move those there, Ace of Wands, the High Priestess, the Emperor, the Ten of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. Right, I think in your recent past there has been some heartbreak, maybe some loss, and I think there's been, the loss has been connected to this person. This person has created maybe this heartbreak, this pain, this sadness. And I feel like there's been an integral, important person in your life, one that maybe steered the ship, that was maybe the leader in your relationship, one that maybe you looked up to, one that maybe was just felt very secure, very grounded and in control. And I think, you know, there's been some loss there, whether it's a boss, whether it's an intimate other, whether it's, you know, a parent or a family member, just this person that just was very grounding for you. And I feel like there's been some sort of sadness and grief, loss related to this person, and I think that's very much affecting where you are right now. We've got the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands is reignition of passion, finding something new that gives you back your mojo, that helps you to, you know, want to power forwards. And we've got the Ten of Pentacles there, clarifying that. So, you know, with that Ace of Wands, this new opportunity, maybe this new potential opportunity, this new thing that's really sparked your bringing like sparks back to you, bringing back satisfaction and passion and joy and all of those things back into your life. It's come with the Ten of Pentacles, so that's you having everything you need. Maybe it's everything that you've wanted, or, you know, it's got the potential to be everything that you want. In the shape of this new potential. Maybe it's going to bring you abundance of things, so love, health, wealth, relationship, love, whatever. But I think, you know, this again is impacting what's happening at the moment. So we've got the High Priestess. The High Priestess is very spiritual, very psychically connected, and I think this is you. And I think maybe you've known that this person was on its way. Oh, I'm saying of this person, a person. So maybe you found new love. You've been on the search for love, and I think it's been a conscious thing. You've known that there's something out there that's going to bring you more happiness or bring you more love, or a person that's going to bring you more love. And maybe you've manifested it for yourself, or maybe you've just been following your intuition and just knowing that you've got happiness down the line, and you've been actively taking steps, moving towards it because you've known it's been the right thing to do. So maybe some of you have got new love. Do hope so. How lovely. Right. What's going on in your current energy, Aries? Don't forget, if you like the reading, please press that like button. It really helps me to grow my channel, to get my readings out there to other people. And also, I'd love to know what's going on with you, how this resonates with you, if it fits with you on any level, and how. If you don't feel like sharing fully, you know, I love an emoji. I'm always interested to try and figure out actually what some of them are, and how that, you know, how it relates to you. Right, current energy. We've got the King of Wands just flung himself out there already. Let's have another one, another few. King of Wands. Seven of Swords. Two of Swords. Six of Swords. A lot of sword energy. The Moon. The Four of Pentacles. So, I think you've thrown yourself out there. We've got that King of Wands. He's very action. He's very fiery. He's moving forward. He's taking action. He's being brave and courageous, despite the fact he might be a little bit scared. He's just doing it anyway. And I think this is you. I think you've thrown yourself out there. You've thrown yourself out there. You're wanting to move forward. You're wanting to bring more joy and more passion into your life. But I think you're able to do this because you're feeling in a better place. So this is you at the moment. I think this is you feeling mentally more peaceful, mentally less stress, and everything is feeling mentally a lot better. And so it's allowing you to take those steps forward to, you know, take action, about to bring more joy into your life, more passion into your life, and to grow that passion. You know, there may well have been that Ace of Wands, that new spark, but you know, you're expanding that, you're growing that, you're making bigger steps and bigger inroads into bringing more of that into your life. We've got the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is about, it's a card of strategy. It's actually, when I pulled that out, the word that was in my head was cunning. I think you've got a little bit of a plan moving forwards, a little bit of a cunning plan. I love a cunning plan. But I think, you know, you see the colours in both of these, is the moon in both of them actually. And I think you sort of, there's a very deep emotional connection to your movement forwards, and I think you're having to delve a little bit deeper, I think, in order to move forwards. I think there's a lot of introspection, there's a lot of yin energy going on. So yin energy is, you know, it's planning, it's figuring stuff out, and I think that's the phase that you're in at the moment. I think you're in a little bit of figuring stuff out, feeling your way through, seeing how you feel, connecting to those deep emotions, and then you know, figuring a way out, figuring a way forwards related to those. Definitely there's been a lot of interior stuff, a lot going on underneath the surface, that maybe people haven't seen. And I think this is relating to the opening up. I think, you know, you're in that place where you are inwardly making inroads into movement forwards, but a lot of it is happening underneath the surface. We've got that Two of Swords there next, so maybe again, emotional decisions, that yin energy, that deep emotional energy. There's choices to be made, directions to be taken, and I think that is, you're in that place where you're struggling to make that choice, struggling to decide which way you're going to take yourself because of the emotional connections. But you know, there's the energy to do that, because we've got that King of Wands. It's the need, the want to move forward, the taking steps to move yourself onwards. But you know, there's just this reluctance maybe to move forwards because things still feel quite emotional and quite deep. And like I said, there's a lot going on under the surface, and I think you're just going to sift through that in order to move forward. I think you're going to sift through, and then you're going to release it, because we've got that Four of Pentacles there. Four of Pentacles is protecting your heart. She's holding a coin in the traditional Rider-Waite deck right over her heart chakra, and I think you're feeling like you're protecting yourself emotionally and your heart, because you know there's decisions to make and movement forwards to be done, but things just feel a little bit raw and a little bit, you know, even a little bit difficult. So let's have a little bit of a look at what's going on in your future energy. Future energy for Aries. Okay, we've got the Ten of Wands, the Fool, the Three of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Page of Swords. Okay, so moving forwards, I think there's you've got a lot of, there's going to be a lot of stuff that you're taking on. a lot of stuff. We've got that 10 of Wands. It's about carrying a heavy load, being burdened. And I think this is to do related to your movement forwards. I think maybe you're going to have lots of stuff going on, lots of things to do. Obviously, there's some planning that's going on, a cunning plan that's coming together, that you're creating at the moment, and choices to be made moving forward. But I think there's going to be something where you're maybe feeling quite weighed down, quite burdened. But the thing to remember with the 10 of Wands, it's not forever. It's for your benefit, and it would be nearly time to put these things down, because it's not forever. So just plow on through there. And we've got the Knight of Swords clarifying that. The Knight of Swords, he's on a mission. He's on a fact-finding mission, I think, on an information-finding mission. And I think moving forwards, you're going to have a lot going on, and I think you're going to be needing to find out some stuff, find out some information, and I think you're on a bit of a mission with it, related to this, a lot of stuff that you've got to carry. So whether it is mental things, whether it is, you've got some paperwork that needs filling in and you need to find out information relating to it, or, you've got some plans for some building plans that you need to, there's something that you need to find information, and it's related to something a project that you've got going on that's quite heavy, quite weighty, and it's feeling quite burdensome. But again, it's for the positive. It's something that's going to benefit you down the line. Maybe you're even looking for a breakthrough, looking for inspiration, looking for clarity on something. But you're on a proper mission for it, moving into this future energy. Then we've got the Fool. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith. Just trusting, going off on a new journey, knowing that the universe has got your back. I love this card. She's falling backwards there, knowing that the universe has got her back and she won't fall. So I think there's going to be a new something beginning for you, a new adventure of some description for you moving forwards, Aries. And I think it's just something that you're just gonna take that leap of faith. See if it works out, see where it rolls, see where life and the adventure takes you. I think there's going to be a very freeing, after all of this weight, this burden, this tying up of things, this finding out stuff, sorting things out and being quite busy with it. I think that this feels like quite a freeing energy, and it actually feels a very spiritual energy, a very... maybe you could be going off on a new adventure off to India or Thailand and going to find out more about yourself on a spiritual level. It could be that you're setting off on a new spiritual journey. It could be, it just feels very free. I feel very free for you, and I feel like a lot of weight is being left behind as you're moving forwards. On this new journey. Then we've got the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is looking to see where next. She's literally looking on the horizon to see where she's going to take herself. And so I think for you, I think the world's opening up for you. Your joys and your passions, maybe even work, it's all opening up, and you get to choose where to next. Got the Page of Swords clarifying that, and that's a light bulb moment. So maybe you're finding some new inspiration, some new ideas. Maybe, you're going to learn something new. But if it all feels very new and exciting and light and airy and a little bit scary, because I literally think that you're stepping out, taking that leap of faith, like the traditional Fool, just walking off the edge of that cliff and just seeing what happens and where life takes you. But this definitely feels like a spiritual element to this, moving forwards, and maybe an actual journey, an actual, movement in place for you, looking for inspiration, clarity, all of those things, and learning. So it feels quite exciting, actually. It feels quite big. This feels like there's a real, a release, a lot of openness, a lot of communication, a lot of, laying your heart on the line, I think, and just being open with people. And when I say people, it could be a few people, it could be just, you know, people, you know, your friends, community, whatever. Right, these two cards we've got here. Hawthorn, Heart's Home. I'm actually, as I'm looking at this, I'm actually feeling more of a connection with the places, all these pictures on the outside. I think wherever you are, that feels like home to you. I feel like you are going, I do for a lot of you, I think you're shifting where you're living, whether that's country, whether that's town, whether that's new home. There feels like a shift in location for quite a lot of you. And, or even, you know, even if you're going off on a trip, if you're going off on a journey, off on an adventure, I feel like there's always going to be, you are your home. You are the, wherever you are and wherever your roots are, that's home for you. I feel I don't actually feel like it's a particular place. I feel like you are the centre, and I think maybe you are the centre for quite a few people. You are home to other people, but more than anything, I think you are feeling quite grounded within yourself and quite secure within yourself. And so wherever you are, you have got that stability, that grounding, that connection, whether that is to Mother Earth, whether that, you know, you feel that deep connection with the earth, which makes you feel safe, secure and at home wherever you are. But I very much feel that energy of feeling safe, feeling secure within yourself. There we go. Right, time. Distill yourself. It's an interesting one. I actually pulled this one out in one of my pick a card readings. I'll leave the link at the end of the video. And I actually feel like it's very similar for you. I feel this is, you know, it's a labyrinth. It's a labyrinth, and it doesn't actually, I don't connect with the distill yourself. I more feel connected to the fact that there's going to be lots of different paths that you're going to go on. Some of them are going to be blank ends, but some of them are going to open up a whole new world for you. And it's the journey, isn't it? The fool's journey. We're going to go, in life we go down different paths. Some of them are for us, others aren't. And I think that is the journey that you're going to go on as you're opening yourself up and you're setting off on this new adventure. I think, you know, again, you are grounded, you are connected, and wherever you go, whichever path you take, you've always got you. You are your home, you are the centre, and you are connected. So I think, you know, you setting off on all of these different journeys, just being open to wherever it takes you and seeing where life takes you. And do you know what? If it doesn't work out, you go a different way, and eventually you'll find your way through. And on the way, while you're having all these amazing adventures, while you're doing all these different things, you're going to be learning, you're going to be having new experiences, meeting new people. And this doesn't have to be on a big journey around the world. This could just be you opening your world up. You opening your world up and feeling safe and secure enough to try new things, to try different things, and to open yourself up to a whole new world. Like I say, I'm looking up here again to these two. Queen of Cups, she feels emotionally secure. She feels in a better place emotionally. She feels more grounded. She's grounded onto that little island despite the fact that there's all water around her. She's secure. Here, she stood in the water, the star. She's got a foot on the ground, she's got a foot in the water. She's connected to the earth, but yet she's aware of her emotions. And I think this is you. I think I just feel this freeing energy moving forward. I feel the security within yourself is allowing you to be open and to be freer and to just move forward in a really light and free way, seeing where things take you, seeing where life takes you. Three of Wands there, looking out onto the horizon and just just going with the flow. So I'm going to leave it at that, Aries. Please let me know if that resonates with you on any level. If you want to join this little community that I'm trying to build here, a subscribe would be amazing. It'd be lovely to have you on board. It's completely free. And don't forget to press that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of your readings. Right, you take care of yourself. I'm going to go. Stay rooted, stay open and stay magical and enjoy your new exciting journey. Yeah, take care of yourself. I'll see you soon.